Hey everyone, it's Zach back with another video. I know it's probably been, 6 months since I've made one. I would have liked to make more videos, but it just didn't seem to fit in my schedule and kind of lost motivation. Don't really know why, but I'm looking forward to making more videos this summer, I hope. I have another full-time job besides my parents' business with this detailing. I'll be working at a racetrack this summer. So I'll be here part-time working on my clients' details and also for my parents, probably 15 hours a week or so. So I'm hoping to squeeze in a video weekly would be nice, but we'll see how realistic that is once summer gets rolling. So for this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to remove stains from your floor mats in your cars. This is a shampooing process, so I'll show you what shampoo I use. I also use something else with the shampoo. A couple of techniques I like to use. And then I'll show you the mats real quick that we're going to be working on. They're from, I think it's a 15 Toyota Camry. They're pretty dirty. I'm guessing it's from up in a state that gets snow because there's some salt along the sides of the floor mats too. It's pretty common to get kind of caked in these Camry floor mats because it's kind of got a lateral threading, I guess. So it kind of just gets stuck in there. So I'll show you those real quick and what the color should look like, a before shot, the process of doing it, and then also I'll show you the after. Not sure how well these are going to turn out. It's pretty stained. Looks like it's kind of worked in there as well, but we'll definitely be able to lighten it up and get all the salt out. So I'll show you the before. So this is what we're working with. Like I said, the 15 Camry. Here's the salt, which is very common in northern states in the United States, of course. I'm from Wisconsin, so this is not a uncommon sight for me. Probably at least a third of the vehicles I do have that kind of stain. Pretty easy to get out. So this is what the color should be, and that's kind of how it looks right now. Alright, so now that I've showed you what we're going to be doing to these floor mats, I'll show you not ingredients, but what chemicals I use to use or create a stain remover. So I just start with like a small bucket like this. This is just an old Folgers coffee thing. It's probably half a gallon or something. And then I've got this Contempo 5 shampoo. It's kind of like an industrial grade. You don't really use your Old Spice out of your shower. So we'll start with that. You really only need like a small squirt. Hopefully you guys can see this. Otherwise I'll show you up close too. But you just pretty much need like a small amount. I would say half an ounce, even if that. So this is all you really need in there. And then also what else you're gonna use is OxiClean. This stuff seems to work wonders. Again, you really don't need a whole lot of it. This is all I use. Since we don't really have to make a big batch of this stuff, you really don't need a lot. So you're just gonna put that in there. And then once you've done that, you're just gonna mix it with water, preferably warm to hot. The hotter, the better, is what I've noticed. So I'll pretty much do it where it's steaming out of the sink. So I'll go mix this up and then we'll show you how to get that stain extracted. All right, so I just got it mixed up. We've got a pretty much full container of this. It's probably actually about up to 2/3 of the way with water, but with all the shampoo and OxiClean in here, it's just soapy that fills the rest. So I'll adjust the camera angle and then show you guys what I do to get this stain out. So all you gotta do is just dump this on here. You can be pretty generous with it actually. You don't have to worry about ruining anything. So I'll soak it pretty good actually. And with that hot water, it just seems to really extract the stuff that's in here, the dirt, the salt, whatever it may be. So once you got it poured on, I don't really let it sit for that long. Actually, the hot water acts pretty quickly. So you're just gonna take your brush. This is like a dog brush. I just pulled off this side of it. That's like the prickly side. So this is just a regular old dog brush, hairbrush, whatever. And then you're just pretty much gonna start scrubbing. I like to do circular motions as well as straight lines. So it's pretty much just like a randomized pattern. And then for the side, you can already see it starting to come out. But for the salt, you really want to scrub on that because that's the toughest part to get out. Well, I shouldn't say the toughest, but the most caked in, I guess. Sometimes the stains are worse to get out in the long run, visually. So I'll fast forward the rest of this, showing you me scrubbing the rest of this, and then we'll do the next step after that. Alright, so once that's done, sometimes toughest part to get the stain out of is the lettering here. So this obviously says Camry. I don't know why it is, it's just kind of like a stitching rather than a carpet material. So I'll go grab a chemical that I like to use on that. That'll help eliminate that a little better. Alright, so what I like to use for this is, well, you have a couple options. I use a Northwoods blotter, just a spray can. So you're just gonna hold it upside down, spray the area. I believe it recommends to let it sit for a minute or two or something. And then typically you use this for like seats or small stains in carpet, but I like this for this as well. It seems to penetrate the stain better. And then for seats and stuff, you just use this in a towel. But for this, we'll use the brush still. And you kind of have to be careful with these because if you work in it too hard, this will start to peel up on the edges. You see a lot in older cars just from heels from people's shoes tearing it up. Alright, so with that all done, all you have to do for the final step, well, could be the second to last step, but you're just gonna vacuum this. Take your time when doing it because you want to get it as dry as possible and also as much sucked out as possible too, because I'll just the camera really quick. So as I was saying, you want to take your time when vacuuming because if you let anything wet in there and if it's stained, it's just going to dry and you're going to have a stain after you're done. So the best thing to do is just take, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes per floor mat, and then either hang dry it, let it dry overnight, or put a fan on it too. You don't want to throw it in your car right away too, because if it's wet, it's more likely to catch a stain. So we'll vacuum this really quick. I'll fast forward through that so you don't have to watch me vacuum for 5 minutes, and then we'll show you the final product. Alright, so as you just saw, I did actually a pretty quick vacuum on that. I'm not happy with how this turned out so far. Sometimes when you're doing stain removal, like we saw, this one was pretty in there. So I'm gonna actually do this all again, the same process. I'm gonna make my stain removal mix a little stronger as well. So we'll give it another go. It should lighten it up a little bit more. This one's not gonna be perfect. Just from experience, I can tell it's not gonna lighten up all the way. But if we hit it again, I'm sure we'll get it a little bit more light. So I'll go make the mix again, scrub it real good, and then give it a good vacuum. All right, so the same thing. Dump it on. I'm gonna dump all this on this time right away. All the oxygen got chunked together. But, so we'll just scrub it again. I can see some of the stain already starting to come out. You might be able to see it in the foam. It's turning a little yellowish brown. Alright, so as you see, we just finished up vacuuming. It took about 3.5 minutes, which is pretty typical, like I said, that 3 to 5 minute range. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out overall. Camry lettering's pretty much white. I would say it's about 9 out of 10 job for that. Salt's completely eliminated, which is awesome. And the stain turned out pretty good for it was pretty much what I was expecting. For a stain like that, I don't ever expect it to be perfect. Many floor mat stains, especially on the driver's side, you won't get perfect. There are things you can do to make them look a little better after the stain removal job, like painting them with carpet spray paint. You could maybe hit this again. You might lighten it up just a smidge, but you're really not going to do much more than we just got it with 2 times. But that's pretty much it for this video. I'll give you another quick overview of what I just did. A lot of stains, like in this floor mat, since it's in the back, it's not as worked in as it would be in the driver floor mat, and it's much lighter. I'll probably have this floor mat looking perfect when I'm done with it. You probably won't ever know there was a stain in this one. But like I said, for the driver one, pretty typical that it's gonna be deeper, larger as you can see, and just more difficult to get out. So, give you the little walk around. I'll also show a picture right now, or right after this, of the before shot. See, that looks pretty good. Not much noticeable about that stain anymore. So I'll show the before photo right now, just so you guys can have a quick comparison and see how much it actually changed. Because just looking at it after, you're probably a little bit more nitpicky about what you can see in the stain. But I would bet you 99% of people would be very happy with how this stain turned out. So if you're doing this for your friends, family members, I'm sure this would really make them happy, or even in your own car. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you liked what you saw, please hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. In the comment section, let me know feedback, positive, negative. I'm open to all of it, as well as suggestions for future videos. I've said it before, I would like to get to suggestions. I know someone wants me to show restoring headlights. I think there was a couple more too, so I'll try and get to those. But and also hit that subscribe button too. I really appreciate the support I've gotten, especially from my major video. I think I'm at over 250,000 views, which is awesome. And then the final thing, if you're into cool edit videos or superheroes like The Flash, Spider-Man, go check out my best friend's channel. It's called Hero Edits. I'll link it below. Really cool edits he's been making. He's going to school for it right now. So go support him too. He just hit 2,000 subscribers and like 700,000 views on a video, which is insane. Especially for a 18-year-old kid. I think it's his first video or second video he made, which is insane. So yeah, go check him out too. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.